Hello there, I'm Christopher. Pleasure. I decided to do a post every week, Wednesday at 1 p.m. to help the ones out there that are looking for work. I would tell you that it's starting to increase from what we are seeing on the activity on the various Workopolis, LinkedIn, Indeed. There's been some activity since the restrictions have been lifted slowly in some of the provinces. I know for Alberta here, we just lifted a lot of the restrictions. So you're going to start seeing a lot of people wanting to hire because we're going to see some more activity in the different sector of our economy. And speaking of that, it'll be important for you to do a bit of research to find out what business is looking particularly for work. Every industry is at a different phase of hiring right now, so it'll be important for you to find out which industry that is looking, and maybe for you to find out if you have those skill sets that is necessary, and if you don't, maybe take a few courses to help you to be at that level that is needed for you to be able to migrate to a new position. The thing I wanted to talk about a little bit today is make sure that you when you're preparing yourself for to find work, is that you have your resume. We talked about that in the previous video that I did, and what you could do, I would tell you that might help you, is get a recruiter that is looking to increase their database, and then they'll help you prepare yourself with your resume, and they'll critique and they'll ask you questions, and they can help you build your resume properly, as well as finding you a position. And then they'll coach you also for the interviews. Interviewing, there was a survey that was done through LinkedIn, that 6 out of 10 people, if they were to do an interview, would be completely nervous and wouldn't know what to say about themselves. And that's a very common thing, because we don't talk about ourselves, right? So we don't know necessarily what our attributes or accomplishments, what we've done, all the skill sets. One thing you could do is maybe reach out to one of your coworkers that you trust in your previous position and ask them what they thought of you. And they can maybe also help you on your LinkedIn account. And by the way, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, this will be important for you to establish that. And if you do have one, have someone else look at it to make sure that it's relevant, particularly on the areas of your previous experience, the description of your accomplishments. Be factuals also. If you have some numbers to share, put it there. It's okay. Maybe on a percentage level, perhaps you can go that way if you don't want to disclose the information of the company's numbers. But I would tell you, it's important to have someone else look. Same with your resume. It's the same with LinkedIn, that they want to see a professional, to the point, but also you have to have all the information, like your skill sets. All your skills have to be listed there as well. That'll be critical for you. And then, yeah, that's an easy one. Turn on your looking for work on that setting. So that way employers know that you are currently looking for work, and then they'll help you that way. There's also some other tools on LinkedIn that are kind of nice. The Navigator, that you can, it's a pricey one. I think it's like $89 a month, but maybe just turn it on for a little while until you find a position. And this way you can actually pinpoint exactly what area of the industry that you're actually looking for. And then you can reach out to those individuals. You'll be surprised how many people will actually help you find a position. They may have heard of someone in another company that is currently looking for a position that may not be listed on any of those platforms like Workopolis and so on and so forth. They may be using a recruiter, and you may have not found that recruiter, actually, because there's so many of them. So I would tell you that that's a good way of doing it. And then don't be shy. Talk about yourself, and in practice. This is so critical. I find that we talked about those 6 out of 10. Best thing to do is to practice with either a friend, or even better, perhaps a coworker that is in your business field, so that way they can be more critical of how you're expressing yourself and what you're saying in an interview. And then you could always reach out to me as well. I don't mind helping out people. I've done a few here last week where I give them some tips. So I do offer that for free. So you can reach out at ChristopherSage44@gmail.com, and I'd gladly help you out. So that's it for me for this week. And then I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 1 p.m.